everybody, it's Talia from Motherhood, The Real Deal, and I'm sitting here with Sophie Smallwood, who is not only hugely pregnant at how many weeks?
38, yeah.
There
I
you
got
go.
a little built-in table now.
She's also the co-founder of Roleshare, which
Yep.
is...
We are the smart matching site for shared roles. So we, in essence, help people who want to split their jobs find their perfect match.
And today we wanted to have a little chat about flexible work because we're sitting here and it's January 2020, can you believe it? And you know, some of you might be thinking, I want a bit of the flexible work pie and how can I get that? So, Sophie,
Yeah.
how can people get a bit of the flexible work pie?
Well, I think the first thing is ask. That's the first
You
step.
don't ask, you don't get.
Exactly. Ask and search. That's the first thing. And then the second thing I would say is WIFT. And that means what's in it for them. So when you are thinking about flexible working, whether you're already working in a company or you're interviewing for new roles, it's about it's about presenting the option of working flexibly, making it known that this is something you would like, but positioning it as a benefit to the company and explaining why it's a benefit to the company. Sometimes that can be a bit difficult with part-time because companies will see it as, okay, well, we need the full-time coverage. Now there are other ways of working flexibly that perhaps you haven't heard about, like job sharing, that could be a win-win for both sides.
So, can you talk a little bit more about like how job sharing actually works? Like, say if someone's watching this now and they're thinking, okay, yeah, I like the sound of that, and I want to go to my boss with this proposal of job sharing. Like, how are they going to own that?
Right. Yeah, exactly. So one, it's to be, first you need to be armed by understanding the differences between the different flexible working arrangements. So there's 50 shades of flexible working, really. Not all ways of working flexibly will suit everyone's needs. And it's about understanding those differences because you might have a manager that says, well, you can work remotely. That's fantastic and that's great for many people, but actually it might not be the right thing for you. But then remember, you still have to spin it and explain to the company about what's in it for them in the working model that you want.
It's
right?
like you've got to be your own PR person. It's like you really got to pitch it and show the benefits,
and that's the reality right now because companies are not necessarily at a place in time where they are proactively promoting these types of flexible working options at senior levels, right? Oftentimes, if you're looking for a part-time role, you will have a bit of a regression in the seniority of the role. It might be a little bit less strategic as far as impact goes. So you just need to be aware of the different types of working and understand your why and the benefit for the company in pitching the one that you are hoping to get.
And so, like, can you talk us through a bit about, you know, what are sort of the, you know, the barriers or the blocks that are in place? Like, you know, if you're thinking about, say, there's like a manager watching this or a business owner and, you know, maybe they're facing some sort of ideas of like mistrust around flexible work or whatever. Like, can you talk us through like some of the issues that these people who are sort of managing businesses or managers might be sort of like grappling with regards to flexible work?
Right. Well, for many managers, it's about empathy, and it's about them. And it's also from your side being empathetic and understanding that they're human. They probably have families of their own. They also have bills to pay, and that they will feel perhaps some fear around a new working model that they haven't done before. So it's presenting a case to them that explains how it will work, that it won't necessarily mean more work for them. And also positioning it as perhaps a pilot, letting them know that, hey, let's trial this. The worst that can happen is it doesn't work and I go back to how we were doing it before.
That's a great idea.
Right? So it's what are they afraid of, really? And it's trying to empathize with their position. And then again, all about what's in it for them. How will it work? How will you do it? If you're in a job share arrangement, talking about the day of transition, how you will transition work, how you will split the work, and your rules and your operating principles as a pair, and ultimately what your vision is together. And if you come to the table prepared with a plan, your managers are going to be much more likely to want to support you in this and perhaps put their fears aside and give it a go, give it a chance.
So basically what you're saying is you need to have a really well thought out case, and don't come at it from your mindset, coming at it from your manager's mindset.
They'll ask. They might ask you why, but let them ask. But ultimately it's important that yes, you come in with their potential agenda in mind first.
Okay, that's such
And we
good
have
advice.
toolkits on Roleshare that are free, downloadable, customizable, that basically enumerate and are plug and play. So you could potentially build your case using our content and then just present that.
And we'll link all of that down below so you guys can use that, and hopefully that'll be really useful to you. So now I just want to say, because obviously we're sitting here and we've got the year ahead and everyone's thinking about like what's going to happen, like where do you see the future of flexible work going? Like what are your predictions?
I'm not a prophet by any means.
What? I thought you were.
But I think if you look at the trends, there's a lot of people out there that are really trying to build awareness of the benefits of flexible working. There's many different kinds of flexible working. I think we're going to start to see more and more variety of flexible working within companies. If you think about it now, like the Trojan horse of flexible working is remote working, right? It's the one that seems to be the most gender neutral, the one that more and more people are adopting, and more companies, I think, are getting kind of to comfort with it.
Yeah.
But still, there's work to be done. So I think we'll see that growing.
That's
Remote
great.
working will grow. And we can see that as a great Trojan horse for the other ways of working flexibly. I think the important thing is for companies that are serious about driving diversity, inclusion, belonging, truly, and having more of that kind of representation in more senior roles. And I don't mean directors and above. I mean, like, there's a lot of senior individual contributors inside of companies that have extensive experience who also could be great for flexible work. But it's about role modeling. We need to see more senior leaders that are role modeling flexible working, just like parental leave, right? Like, in companies can introduce parental leave. It's an amazing benefit. But if men are not taking the benefit, if men are not doing it, then people below them, like senior individuals, are not doing it, and then people below them won't feel like they're permitted. So role modeling is going to have to continue to be a big trend for next year.
And it's like what
or
you
for this year.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Exactly, and beyond. And it was like what you were saying the other day in our interview over on the blog, which I'll also link below, plug, about leaving loudly. I love what you said about, who is it that makes a point of leaving loudly every day?
Living loudly.
Leaving their desk loudly. Was it like the vice president of Pepsi Cola in New Zealand? I think it was. Is that right?
That wasn't me, but I like
Oh,
it.
it wasn't you. Okay, it was someone else. Sorry about that. But anyway,
Right.
like you say, it's about being that role model and being like, okay, if I want this to happen, then I'm going to have to leave loudly, or I'm going to have to flexible work loudly, or whatever it may be.
Own it and don't apologize.
Yeah, own it. So I really hope that you enjoyed that video, everyone. If you are thinking about trying to ask for flexible work, hopefully those tips were helpful. As we mentioned before, we're going to include all the toolkit links below. Also, you can jump in and ask us any questions on the comments below. We'll be happy to help and provide any insights. And I just want to say thank you very much to Sophie for being on the program. And don't forget to like this video and leave any comments and hit subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos. Thanks everyone.
Bye.
Bye.